Hello, crypto people. Joey here from the Chart Guys. I've been trading for 7 years, been a part of TCG for 6 of them, joining as a member back in 2018. I'm here to talk about the crypto space as we've got mad volatility out there. As we were talking last stream, this is the time where you can be making a lot more gains than like if we zoom back out on Bitcoin compared to like these periods or these periods. When you've got these trending moves, that's when opportunity is about. And if we look at our alt list over here, you can see that opportunity is out in full force here right now. And what we're seeing is exactly what crypto bulls want to see. We've got Bitcoin going sideways, staying healthy, and we have Bitcoin dominance dropping. And the result of that is we've got alts popping, catching a wave. And our blue sky bull list, you can see there's some really nice upside in here. So let's break down Bitcoin, what we're watching here, and then we'll just move on through the list and see what y'all are looking at. So Bitcoin, we are riding the 4-hour 12 EMA, and we've got a daily stair-step pattern, and we're riding the daily 12 EMA. And then you zoom out once more, we're riding the weekly 12 EMA. So this is the beauty of being in uptrends on all time frames, is even once one is lost, then you zoom out and you look for higher low on the next time frame. And then once that's lost, you zoom out, you look for the higher low on the next time frame. So we'll just go one step at a time. And this 4-hour higher low here was a 15-minute back burner. It was a little tricky with the slight lower low there, no follow through, but ultimately decent bounce off of that, right off the EMA. And that's the confluence that you, here, hold on, gotta time this guy out. Harris Ale, nice to meet you. Goodbye. No spamming in the chat. As much as I love Shib too, got a lot of good memories with Shib, but come on, bro. All right, so what were we talking about? Confluence on back burners. When you have your 15-minute back burner aligning with, say, your 4-hour 12 EMA, that general nested time frame relationship. If you got your 5-minute nesting with your hourly, your 15 with your 4-hour, your 4-hour with your daily, the whole spiel there, which, we've got a webinar on that if you go to the playlist, Joey Webinars. Nonetheless, that's the confluence that you're looking for here, and we got it, and now we're just tightening on up, and we can say that as long as bulls are holding 4-hour 12 EMA, then no daily consolidations shaping up. If we lose the 4-hour 12 EMA, we'll look down to our hourly oversold back burner, and that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin in the intermediate term. Bigger picture, we know weekly 12 EMA is our guide. As I talk about every stream, it wouldn't be shocking to see a 6-month lower high, but yes, each leg up that we get, the odds of that happening decrease significantly. And the biggest thing, as we've been talking about the 6-month lower high potential, is that it's not going to shape up if bulls are holding the weekly 12 EMA. So hopefully that is keeping everybody on the right side of this trade. I know most people are bullish crypto in general, especially if you're tuning into this stuff, but no doubt there are bears out there. But bears aren't going anywhere as long as weekly 12 EMA is support. So Bitcoin, not a lot going on in the short term. We got resistance here at 62,677, and then we're looking up to 63,676, and then the high of that little mini blow off top right at 6,400 clean. And key support's going to be 60,364, and bulls would love for Bitcoin just to stay sideways through the whole weekend and let alts really have some fun. So again, we've got Bitcoin dominance dropping, and we're getting the version of the drop that we want to see because there's multiple versions. Bitcoin dominance can drop, meaning that the whole space is going down and Bitcoin's going down more than the altcoins. That's no fun. The best version of Bitcoin dominance dropping is when altcoins are going up more than BTC, and specifically when Bitcoin's going sideways and alts are getting some serious pop. So this chart has been pretty erratic up at these highs here. We know bigger picture here, if we're talking about alt bulls wet dreams, is to form a 6-month lower high or a yearly lower high and give us a full-blown alt season and have Bitcoin dominance drop for a year or something like that. There's no signs of it yet. And basically we would have to break out or I guess lose the monthly uptrend would be the first sign of something like that happening. And right now we've just got 2 days of consolidation right off of the highs. So we'll continue to watch it, continue to see if we stair step around as we have been a lot lately. And that's that on dominance. As long as it's dropping and as long as Bitcoin isn't dropping massively with it, then we're going to be looking to these alts for opportunity. So moving on to ETH, it's going to be the same deal that it's been for several weeks now. 12-hour, 12 EMA. If that is holding, then bulls are in absolute control. We actually haven't tested it in a good little bit here, about a week. And let's see if we've got, no, we don't really have a cleaner EMA that we're riding. I'm just going to stick with the 12-hour for the guide. And the main thing on ETH that ETH bulls want to see is ETH BTC get over this 4-hour 12 EMA. We know that we ended up getting our tightening range on ETH BTC. And while it's been weak for a bit here, I guess it's only been a few really weak days, but we gave back this whole move, or not the whole move, but you got eyes, you're looking at. We gave back a lot of it, but bulls are looking for a higher low compared to down here. So step one of that's going to be getting over the 4-hour 12 EMA. We can see it's acting as clear resistance. And if that can happen, then we can look to ETH to get another strong leg up on its chart. So LTC, been saying for a while, there's not a lot going on. As long as we're in this weekly tightening range, opportunity will really open up when we break out of this weekly range, and looky there. So off of the weekly bull break, we've got 17% of upside, and it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because we know historically a lot of times when LTC gets its pump, it's kind of one of the last coins to catch rotation. So it's something to keep on the back of your mind that, like, are we seeing dash to trash? We've got Doge pumping, we've got Pepe pumping, we've got SHIB, LTC. It is dash to trash, or that's the signs of dash to trash. But the thing is like we've been talking about with the 6-month lower high, like we talk about with anything, you don't just teleport down to lower prices. If this is dash to trash, then we're going to see unhealthy consolidation across the space. We're going to see bear volume, and it will probably be an aggressive move down. But for now, bulls are enjoying the move, and that's that. So bigger picture, what this did for LTC was it got our quarterly higher low set. So now key resistance on the quarterly chart is 114.98. And if this is to not be dash to trash, then we want to see LTC BTC come back to life. We're still, or actually just today, we're pushing up over this daily 12 EMA. So that's been acting as resistance. That's a good look for LTC bulls. And next step is going to be weekly 12 EMA resistance. That's our intermediate guide here. So bulls want to just continue that move up and not just puke it all back like every other LTC relative strength bull move we've seen for quite some time here, because obviously we're in Black Dirt breakdown. And that's that. Let's go back to LTC USD. We've got 4-hour 12 EMA as our intermediate, or we'll say shorter term support. Kind of run out of adjectives for what time frame we're looking at, but let's say anything over 78 going to be a 4-hour higher low. As long as we're holding 4-hour 12 EMA, it's healthy. And if we lose that, that'd be some daily consolidation. Then we'd have a lot of room for a daily higher low. Nice increasing bull volume. Looks like probably not on pace to match that bull volume here today, as we've just got 4 hours left in the candle, and we're a little bit less than half of yesterday's volume. So let's see, we'll keep moving through the list. SOL getting a really nice move. We were talking about the weekly higher low, and it formed pretty quickly, but this is the beauty of TA and being nimble and taking what the charts are giving us. Is when we got this 12-hour inverse head and shoulders back here a week ago now at this point, we were saying, that could be the first sign of the weekly higher low. And what's your risk? If you enter here and put your stop below, you got 2% risk, and I'm not going off the exact low, but to 36% of upside. So did we know that it's going to go up 36%? No. But our job as traders is to put ourselves in positions with favorable risk to reward when it aligns with our multiple time frame analysis. So SOL seeing a great move here. Let's see if SOL BTC is confirming its weekly bull break, because that's what bulls want to see. No, it's not. So there is relative weakness here. The best case scenario for SOL USD bulls is for SOL BTC. Zoom in a little bit to get this monthly higher low set and confirm a monthly bull flag. If SOL USD is to remain in the spotlight, that's going to need to happen. At this point, it is just a weekly bounce. Anything below 24,451 on SOL BTC, going to be a weekly lower high, got to regain a weekly uptrend to get a monthly higher low set. So let's see what we got on the daily. We're straight off the low on the daily, so still going to need a daily uptrend on SOL BTC. All right, let's go through some of our all-time high coins. So if you remember from the last stream, when was it? I guess it was Monday, I believe, maybe Tuesday. We were talking about, no, maybe we're talking last week. Maybe 2 streams ago. Yeah, 2 streams ago. We're talking about the INJ bottom fish. And this one has played out beautifully from the lows at this point, up 43%. And this is why we focus on blue sky bulls. And while we have broken to new all-time highs, bulls want to see a bit more follow through, but ultimately it is looking like this past tightening range that we've been comparing this one to for a couple months now at this point. So INJ back burner going to be on deck, getting a little funky up here. Let's find some clarity. I think just the daily stair step, ignoring this wick here, not ignoring, but kind of putting it to the side. That was the little blow off top wick on Bitcoin. Some alts saw a big move down on that, but the early sign that the space was okay is there were many alts that V-shaped to higher highs. And I'm talking, we'll go back to Bitcoin for this. I'm talking about this little blow off top that we had here. Many alts got smoked on that and then V-shaped to new highs. And when you see alts V-shaping to new highs on something like this, that's the first little nibble that, okay, well, maybe we're getting some rotation into alts, and it's followed through beautifully at this point. And to speak to this top, I don't know if y'all saw the tweet from the midday stream, because I was doing a chart guy stream while this was going on, and it was a perfect stack of our historical RSI levels all hitting. We had 15-minute, or we'll just start from the top. We were very close on the daily, and then very close on the 12-hour, and then from the 8-hour all the way down to the 5 and 15-minute, we were hitting these historical overbought levels. And this indicator, it just takes your highest RSI readings and gives you a little 5% band up there. And it's very rare to push right through it. And we had them all stacked, and that was just the recipe for a little blow off top. But when alts V-shape that top, that's what tells us that, all right, this isn't like some generational top that just set in here, because we will see a bear market in crypto again, and you will see everything dumping together. You're going to see alts get destroyed. We'll have negative 20% days on the alts, but right now, it's the fun season. But the bear times aren't going to sneak up on us. We'll see them. There won't be rotation, and this is the same dealio that we have in the broad market. When you have rotation, that is the hallmark of a healthy bull market. When rotation stops, that's when money's leaving the market. It's not just sloshing around and running up the next name and running up the next name. That's what bulls want to see. When you don't have that, that's when you run for the hills or start shorting. But as long as we have rotation, bulls are chilling. So INJ, to get back here, not a lot of clarity on the shorter time frames. We'll work with the 4-hour. So anything below 45.89 going to be a 4-hour lower high. If bulls keep up the increasing bull volume, maybe we could go right to higher highs, but I'd still say 4-hour lower high is the most likely. But then we got a lot of room for a 4-hour higher low compared to 39.82, and probably hourly uptrend as our guide here. Nice little hourly uptrend, hourly stair step at the moment. And that's that for INJ. What else we got here? TAO. This was our falling wedge last week, right? Yeah, that was our 4-hour falling wedge last week. We are up to new all-time highs, and we got bulls trying to form a 4-hour higher low off the 12 EMA. Let's see if that's a 15-minute back burner with it. Let's see if, and we'll just do the legit back burner indicator. So not a technical back burner, but it was 15-minute oversold that marked this low, and then we came a little bit lower here to the EMA. So this actually brings up a good point. You know what I was talking earlier in the stream, that your ideal confluence for playing these back burners is when you have your nested time frame 12 EMA with it. So when I'm making these plays, I will turn on my RSI indicator. I'll drop a line where 15-minute oversold will be. I'll label it 15-minute oversold. Then I will go to the EMA that I'm looking at, and I will label that. And so that's the 4-hour 12 EMA. So do 4-hour 12 EMA. And then that's what I have on my chart. And that's like my zone that I'm interested in. And you know, if you're really aggressive, maybe you're just scaling down into that. That's certainly some people's style. I don't do that as much these days and prefer to kind of look for smaller time frame entries. But you know, everybody's going to have a different trade style. So looking like bulls are trying to form this 4-hour higher low and going to need to regain a 15-minute uptrend to get that going. So PENDLE, I guess we'll call it by its name, Pendle. That's probably a bit easier. Right back to all-time highs. Pretty solid pullback off of the top, but that's just a weekly higher low, and weekly bull flag confirming in blue skies, and at this point off of the weekly higher low, 53%. So what do we have for a guide here? 4-hour 12 EMA rider. So in the short term, surely we have something a little bit closer. Looks like 5-minute 12 EMA at the moment, and it will just be the zoom out game. Once we lose 5-minute 12 EMA, we'll look to 15-minute 12 EMA. Once we lose 15-minute, we'll look to hourly. And bulls are looking for back burners on all of these names that have seen the beastie moves. If you're playing the 5-minute oversold back burner, that is more aggressive. 15-minute is a bit more patient. Hourly is the more conservative of the bunch on these. So INJ, Pendle, FET, Pepe, RNDR, all looking for hourly oversold back burners. And I know that at least in the chart guys, there's a lot of people waiting for those hourly oversold back burners there. So who else we got popping? I guess we'll look at FET, because this was a back burner that a bunch of people in the chart guys nailed here this morning for a 6% move. So this was our falling wedge from quite some time ago, and at this point we are up 261% off of the low, and this is why we focus on blue sky bulls. You know, this only got blue sky a handful of days ago, and we're up like 50% from that blue sky bull break. So at this point today, up 25% at the highs. But to talk about the back burner trade, you know, it's kind of a combo 1-hour, 2-hour, 12 EMA rider. We got some 1-hour hits, but the 2-hour is kind of like the primary status quo for this. But coming on down, 5-minute oversold back burner for a 6% move. And just to kind of show what we got going on in the chart guys here, this was the post this morning about, you know, why we're focusing on blue sky bulls. And then you come in here, and this is the beauty of working with a team. You know, Devin comes in, says 5-minute oversold, and the hourly 12 EMA is the next setup. And then, you know, people start getting some fills, getting some starters, scaling out some profits, and you're just trading this stuff with your friends, scouting plays. And if we scroll through here, I mean, right now there's so much activity in here because there's so much opportunity. So these are all posts from today. From here down is all today of people hunting these alts and getting the opportunity. So it's definitely a fun time to be in the chat room, be trading it with your friends and getting that going. So looks like we got a 15-minute EQ here on FET. If that breaks bull, then the hourly 12 EMA will be holding. We'll have an hourly higher low set. If it breaks bear, we'll zoom out to that 2-hour 12 EMA. And it could kind of be that setup for a little bear break of the 15-minute EQ, hold the 2-hour 12 EMA, and then keep it going. But if that happens, and or if that doesn't happen and we lose 2 hour 12 EMA, then we'll be looking to 15-minute oversold, then hourly oversold, same thing as many coins here. So Pepe, you know, the memeiest of meme coins, which pretty much got decimated from, you know, it had a little bit of hype in the beginning and then got absolutely smoked, and we are up. Let's look from our last clear daily pivot, 294%, nearing all-time highs, just absolutely beasting. Is it dash to trash, or is it a great trading opportunity? It can be both. You can ride this stuff up as long as it's going up, and then if we stop seeing rotation, if we start seeing heavy bear volume, then, you know, you bail. So for now, looking for backburners on all time frames. We'll be looking for a 5-minute oversold backburner. Looks like the last one, or this wasn't, looks like we had a couple 5 minutes here that actually did go to lower lows. So is that a 15-minute oversold backburner? Yeah, that was the 15-minute that we're on with this backburner. But now after an additional 63% move, that resets your backburners. Bulls will be looking for 5-minute oversold. We're just riding 15-minute 12 EMA at this point. If 5-minute oversold fails, we'll be looking back down to 15-minute oversold, then back down to hourly oversold. And yeah, bulls just in full control. So let's look at some other meme coins. So Doge, if you remember from the last stream, we were talking about this basing pattern and how we've seen many coins, or not many, but several coins with these long-term bases that once they pop, they get big time follow through. Link was one of the, I typed that wrong. Link was one of the first ones, popped back here in October, big time follow through from that. Jasmy was one of the next ones with this base that got big time follow through. So that had us hunting Doge to see if it does the same, and it did. So still got some resistances overhead up here near 16 cents, but bulls in full control of this move. And let's find our guide. Let's find our guide, 4 hour 12 EMA, clean as you like it. Bull flag confirmed to new highs, and new short-term support is 11,422. So Doge is popping, SHIB popping, same deal. Long-term base, it's not as clean as Doge, but getting over some key long-term resistances, getting a big pop, and we're coming into some more here. We got, look like 1581, then we're looking at 18 psychological, and 4 hour 12 EMA guide, just like Doge. As long as that support, bulls are maintaining full control. Who's the other one that we're watching for the potential fill? Fill is cooling off here now, not doing a lot, but it's got that same basing pattern. So if we can get over 950 is that first resistance, and then we got another up here in the 11s. That is 1139. We can get over those, going to be looking for the potential that it does the same thing that Link did, that Jasmy did, that Doge is doing, that SHIB is trying to do. So long-term basis, and Theta was another one that is really no different. We can draw our box on it here. How would I would probably have it something. Oh, I've already got a box on there. Yeah, so that's working off of the extremity of it, but you could have it down where you got more levels there, however you want to do it. The main thing is to visualize that we're basing out for multiple years or over a year, and then you get the pop, and then you go. So bulls just in full control across the whole space. We hardly even have any red. Couple ratio charts, couple coins that ran very hard before everybody else. KI or KUJI absolutely beasted through the fall into the winter, kind of cooling off a bit now. Let's see. Let's go through. I think our weekly lower high crew is just they're getting knocked off one by one, which if you remember maybe a month ago when the first one went to higher highs, which I think was, really it was Bitcoin going to weekly higher highs. If we look to Bitcoin, we hide all that. After that pullback, was definitely watching out for a weekly lower high. Then Bitcoin goes to higher highs. Then ETH goes to higher highs. Then Theta goes to higher highs. And the whole shtick was The more coins that go to weekly higher highs when a weekly lower high is the most likely scenario, that increases the odds that others will follow. And let's just check back in briefly here. So Matic still right up at resistance. If bears defend it, we'll be looking for a cup and handle. So that one's still alive by the skin of its teeth. AXS still has a good deal of space to go, but now we're getting that increasing bull volume as you just continue to see rotation through the space. Continuing to see rotation. ETC, the only one that did set a weekly lower high, very short-lived, right back up to resistance. Weekly uptrend remaining intact. We can get rid of these lines here now. Well, actually, let me zoom in and make sure that they're not still doing something. That is still doing something. We'll keep that one. Previous resistance. Bull's trying to have it act as support now. That's a good look. AAVE. Still a little bit of space, but we've got that increasing bull volume, which that's what you will see. If you're going to see the less likely scenario play out, increasing bull volume, very often going to be there. Atom right up on resistance as well. And all of these coins, it's just going to be the daily uptrend guide. And same thing as when we're talking about, is Bitcoin going to set a 6-month lower high? Well, it's not going to happen if the weekly 12 EMA is support. You know, these coins, are they going to set weekly lower highs? It's not going to happen if we don't lose the daily uptrend and then confirm a daily downtrend. Atom Bears tried back here, took out the uptrend, but unable to confirm the downtrend. So GMT did get its weekly lower high set and then right to higher highs here. So I'd still be watching for like a 2-week lower high just because of how much space there is there. Man, what's up with these spammers here? I guess the bulls bring out the spammers. Let's put this guy in timeout. Timeout duration. I'm gonna give you 24 hours, dude. Just very little tolerance for that. It's 2024. Learn how to function on the internet, please. All right. So yeah, I still wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-week lower high here. But now we got a little weekly uptrend guide. I guess the weekly uptrend has, or that's our first weekly uptrend. No, this was the weekly uptrend here. Excuse me. So weekly uptrend remaining intact, catching some rotation. Let's actually look through. I haven't looked at the meta coins. So Mana is right to weekly higher highs. Big volume here. Big volume. Let's see, Commando, it was the guy above you that there's 12 redacted messages now at this point, and then there was another guy, probably part of his same crew, right in the beginning. I don't know, maybe the messages don't show for you guys once I nuke them, but I guess on my end, I just see a big block of stuff. I can, just for curiosity. That's what we got. All right, so yeah, Mana's getting some pop. Is Sand getting some pop? So Sand not quite at weekly resistance yet. Are these, you could say these are part of the crew of names that are smoked off the top that have been basing out for over a year, trying to shift some momentum. Would this be, it wouldn't be a monthly uptrend. We could still see like a monthly inverse head and shoulder on Sand. Let's look at Mana again. Yeah, Mana, same deal. Could be like that big inverse head and shoulders, but coming up on some key resistance. And this is a monthly uptrend for Mana. First one in a while, since back when it was in key rotation. So looking for back burners on all of these dudes. Let's check the DEX names, see how they're doing. So they got the pop, but now, they were the clear bulls after that news last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, but now they've cooled off a little bit. So we got Sushi trying to get a daily higher low set with some confidence, but deep pullback and a good deal of space for a daily lower high compared to 187. Uni staying strong here. Daily higher low set off the 12 EMA. Let's see if it was an hourly back burner. It was your hourly back burner right there on Uni. That was the little climax on Bitcoin a few days ago. And we'll see if bulls can confirm a daily bull flag and go to new highs. That one's definitely holding on better than Sushi. Let's see, CRV holding on pretty similarly. weaker, bigger picture, but daily uptrend guide. And this is kind of an ugly looking chart. Daily higher low 53.7. Let's see, 1 inch. Trying to confirm the daily bull flag. We know that this was one of the smaller moves on that news, but now playing a little bit of catch up, trying to see some relative strength in a structural sense compared to peers. And UNFI similarly kind of just slinking up. I really do think I'm going to move this off the list though. UNFI is just such a turd. I won't delete it, but we'll put it down with the normies. Not the normies, but unclassified, we'll call it. All right. So broad market absolutely beasting here today. Blue skies. So that's what bulls like to see. Dollar trying to maybe confirm a daily downtrend, see some deeper weekly consolidation. Look at this day in the broad market. NQ just beast all day here. Beast all day. Bitcoin still just kind of chilling. Let's see what y'all are looking at. Hello, M. Salem. Interfans. Hello. Let's see. Can we look at Mara's chart for Alan Stevens? Absolutely. So Mara had some earnings and some downside on it. So we are looking for a daily higher low still. Anything over 2267 would be one. But at this point, bears are creating enough room for a daily lower high. So this could be a daily head and shoulders, absolutely. Left shoulder, head, and potential right shoulder. And that is that. Definitely relative weakness compared to Bitcoin. We know that obviously they correlate a good bit, but relatively weak. So bulls got to break this lower high every daily candle pattern. So as things stand now, Monday, bulls would need to break 2680 to get a daily bounce underway. And then we'd look for a daily lower high compared to 3409. And if we were to confirm a daily head and shoulders, that'd be some weekly consolidation getting underway. And I don't know, I'm not going to worry about that wick or that wick. I'm just going to call anything over 1462 a weekly higher low. So if we were to consolidate on the weekly from here, that would be a bit of a red flag. You never want to break resistance and go right into consolidation. So that could maybe mean that perhaps we have some monthly consolidation looking to shape up, which would not be surprising after a 376% move since our last monthly higher low. But we got our monthly EMAs crossing bullish here, and bulls want to ride them to the heavens. So if we do see monthly consolidation, bulls want to hold the 12 EMA, which at this point, that's above our weekly higher low. So I don't know if that's going to be where the clarity's at. So that's Mara. Riot continues to be weaker, didn't go to higher highs, and now has just dropped through daily higher low support. So that is some weekly consolidation underway. And I'm just, again, going to go off of these lows here, looking at 964. Right now, testing the weekly 12 EMA, big volume this week, and bears with a lot of room for a daily lower high compared to 1836, next bounce. And just to talk about these miners a bit, you know, with the introduction of the ETFs, I know that, you know, myself and some other people in the chart guys, we use the miners as like a proxy for the crypto space to be able to get in on some of the volatility. But now that we've got a Bitcoin ETF, you know, I've been trading that intraday because then I can throw my full stock account at it. It's actually been pretty sweet because obviously, at least in the US, there's not really great crypto exchanges, unfortunately. Shockingly, Coinbase is still like the best option, and you know, everybody knows Coinbase's issues. So I don't, in terms of like my net worth in a percentage sense, I don't have a lot of capital in crypto. So it's nice to be able to hit it with my stock account, which has a lot more capital. So with that, I guess what the point is, I don't know, I don't need Mara and Riot so much anymore. I still did short Riot because of its relative weakness a few days ago. But yeah, something to note, but they're looking weak. So what's our other CLSK? Remains the stronger of the crew here, but also still a potential daily head and shoulders. Still a potential daily head and shoulders. And we'll look at the crapper itself, Coinbase, holding on the best out of everybody. Not that it's a minor, but we know these things correlate together. So still lots of room for a daily higher low, and definitely holding on better than Riot and Mara. So, is that some happening narrative starting to show up on the charts? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a fundamental guy, so I am not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of that, but I've heard the rumblings of, how that could potentially be bearish for the miners. Pretty objectively. All right. What else we got? Let's see. Already looked at SOL, but did we really look into SOL? I think we did. Yeah, 4-hour 12 EMA. As long as that is support, then bulls are not seeing any daily consolidation, or bears are not seeing any daily consolidation, rather. And once we consolidate on the daily, we'll be looking for our hourly backburner, seeing if that marks a daily higher low. You want to see SOL BTC set a monthly higher low, and we'll just ride these EMAs as long as we're riding them. So a little bit of weakness here this afternoon as money just sloshes around. So anything over 122.50 going to be a 4-hour higher low. And again, if we hold the EMA, then that is plenty healthy. And SEI, yeah, we didn't look at SEI. So SEI, what were we watching on here? Was SEI our 3-day 12 EMA 4-hour oversold? Yeah, that was, felt like it was a while ago, but that was pretty recent, huh? So both still kind of struggling to follow through off that. We did 4-hour oversold was a bit front run back here, and then we got the trend change, and now we're just tightening up. So I'm going to view this as a 4-hour equilibrium, high, low, lower high, higher low, and anything below 91.77 going to be a lower high. And we got to see SEI BTC come to life. So let's look at that. SEI BTC, yeah, so this is still struggling. So we're testing weekly 12 EMA, and bulls need to show up here now if that's going to hold. It's been acting as support since December 2023. I guess that's not that long ago, huh? So been acting as support, but we're back there testing now, and we have just got a daily stair step down. We've got 4-hour 12 EMA resistance. I mean, this looks very similar to ETH BTC in the short term here. If we look at that, ETH BTC, and then we look at SEI BTC, same deal. You got to get over a 4-hour 12 EMA to get some rotation back into this name. So we would be looking for a daily lower high, and if bulls are going to hold the weekly 12 EMA with confidence, got to regain a daily uptrend on SEI BTC. So as far as SEI USD, just going to be about that little 4-hour tightening range. And if bulls want to see follow through on a 3-day higher low, they need to get up and through 93.87. So we know it's a blue sky bull, so we're paying attention to it. But we also know it's not really doing anything right now. And it's nice that when a name's not doing anything, it's still up 3.5%. And when you compare these percentages to what you get elsewhere in the stock market, trading like blue chips or even Mag 7, I mean, 3.5% is a massive day for NVDA or Apple or something like that. But we in the crypto space, you're like, oh man, it's not doing anything today. It's only up 3.5%. That's sweet. That is sweet. Let's look at BONK. Speaking of meme coins, forgot to check back in on that. So BONK ended up holding the weekly 12 EMA. It was quite a battle down there for a couple months. And we have now followed through massively, 100% weak. We're just looking up at all-time highs of 35. So could it be a cup and handle? You're asking, I believe. Where was my spot in here? Where the heck was that? Yeah, for J-Hugs. BONK 4-hour cup and handle, yes. Let's see. Not technically, because the right side of the cup is above the left side of the cup. You with a cup and handle, you want that double top because that entices bears in to play off of it. So you get your move up, you top, you get your cup, and then you top again. And at this point right here, this is where bears are going, aha, we've double topped. You're not going any further. And people short off of that. And then when you confirm that, you get all the people with stops there and all the people with stops there. They all stop out at the same time, as well as bulls coming in and saying, oh, I'm buying the double top bull break. So you get that double whammy of shorts covering and bulls going long. And essentially, when you break through, I'll just delete these and redraw it. You got your move up, you come up, there's bears at this point, no doubt, playing off of this. But when you break it, they get stopped out, and then you come back down, and you're just not going to get as much pop if you do go up from there. So not technically a cup and handle. Some people are a little looser with their classifications. I don't think being loose when classifying patterns really benefits us in any way. So I don't really give too much leeway. I'll give the benefit of the doubt to bulls like in this environment because they've earned the benefit of the doubt, but only minor tweaks where I'm like given the benefit of the doubt. It just really doesn't behoove you as a trader to make those exceptions essentially. So just watching our 4-hour uptrend here, 4-hour higher low support at 20.6440. And as long as that is support, riding the 4-hour 12 EMA, then bonk bulls remain plenty healthy. And it could end up being a cup and handle maybe on the 2-week time frame, something like this. If we come up and reject from all-time highs, got your cup, and then see a little handle there, that could be a bigger picture cup and handle. But in the short term, just watching daily stair step, 4-hour 12 EMA, and back burners on. Let's see, what is our back burner layout here? Did 15-minute oversold mark that 4-hour higher low? It was another tricky one where it did. I mean, look how clean that hit. I know it's probably tough to see on the stream, but I mean, that absolutely ticked it before going for a 11% move, but it did get the slight lower low without follow through into the 4-hour 12 EMA. So that was the initial 15-minute oversold, and then you come down into the 4-hour 12 EMA. And that's kind of why what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, how I set up the zones with the horizontal lines where I would have that at 15-minute oversold, and then I would have that at the 4-hour 12 EMA, just knowing that if I'm in this zone, I'm interested. If I'm in this zone, I'm interested. And again, just to keep things clean on the chart and organized and know what I'm looking at, I always label these. Always label them. So obviously, I wouldn't be setting this up in hindsight like this, but in the moment, if I'm looking to buy this dip, that's how I would have this set up. And in the RSI indicator, if folks don't know, it is RSI levels by Abdami, and it's super helpful in mapping out your plays, especially in this environment, because it allows you to just game plan. It allows you to game plan what levels you're working with, what's your risk going to be, what's your position sizing going to be, all of that stuff. So if we do consolidate on the 4-hour from here, could be the first sign that we're getting some daily consolidation, because basically if bulls are super strong, when you confirm a 4-hour bull flag, you see follow through. So maybe time for some daily consolidation where we'd then be watching our hourly oversold back burner. Let's see. What are we looking at next? Looking at ARUSDT. The heck was that line? I don't know what that's from, but we'll delete that. Let's start zoomed out. So AR, not a blue sky bull. Wouldn't be surprising to see a quarterly lower high, but zero sign of it yet. Weekly tightening range, bull break, insane follow through, up 71% on the week, and was up triple-digit percent. And looks like some daily consolidation fixing to shape on up here. Might technically be underway. Nope, 26.55's got a break for that to happen. We'll look for our hourly oversold back burner, and if bulls are holding daily 12 EMA, they're absolutely fine. So let's see where that hourly oversold would be. So it's going to be above the daily 12 EMA. It's always nicest when they're in line with each other, but not always what we get. So that's quite a bit above. That's probably with their 12-hour 12 EMA. Yeah, that's what I would be looking for here. I'd be looking for this range. And if we're in there, you know, this 23 to 24, 25 area, $24.25. You know, if we're in here, that's where bulls want to bounce from to keep things at the optimal strength. So as far as our 4-hour, we've been riding the 12 EMA for a good while, and bears trying to confirm a 4-hour downtrend, get that daily consolidation underway. And then hourly oversold and 12-hour 12 EMA, nice little zone there. Nice little zone there, and if that doesn't hold, then that's when you're looking down to the daily 12 EMA, which is a good deal lower, you know, 15% lower. So aggressive bulls can be taking a crack there, and then if that doesn't work, you stop out and then try again lower. But if we confirm this 4-hour downtrend with the break of 26.55, and that 4-hour downtrend will be the intermediate guide for daily consolidation as we scout a daily higher low. Let's see, Mr. Tahir, the fine gentleman who got me this hat because all my other hats make me look homeless, says, when moon? When moon? I don't know. You know, let's do a little imagining. I like to go on this BLX chart, put it on log, and just visualize how feasible it would be to see some insanity in this space. You know, if you look at this chart, you don't know what it is, you don't know what the numbers are. You say like, okay, you know, I don't know, you know, whether you pull back or not, you know, if you were to do something like that, it's like, looks pretty chill, right? But up here, you know, that is, you know, $250,000 price for Bitcoin, 250,000, 300,000, something like that. So I'm a dreamer, and I absolutely think that is possible. But as far as when moon, you know, one could say we are mooning. One could say we are mooning at this point. 312% in a little over a year and a quarter or something. It's pretty nice. And when you look at these coins, when you look at a coin like Pepe going up, oh, I didn't know we had a drawing on Pepe from back in the day. Let's see if it played out. What was that? No, it didn't play out. Held support. Bears tried. I don't know what time frame I was looking at. Maybe 2-day or something like that. We can get rid of that for sure. But yeah, when you got coins making moves like this, one could say that it's an appropriate time to have on a moon suit. Let's see, Ryan V knows what program we're in. It's backburner week, that is for sure. Let's see. Let's look at ICP USDT. I haven't looked at ICP in a minute here. So ICP tightening up on the weekly 12 EMA rider. Bulls trying to get this weekly higher low shaped up. So that was Wednesday's flash wick down, and bulls absolutely whipped it up real quick. What do we need to do though from here? We need a daily uptrend. So next time we consolidate on the daily, you got to do that and get above 1349. That'll be the weekly higher low being set. And the question is, you know, weekly tightening range after a big move. If we're to continue seeing rotation, I'd say this favors a bull break here. And it's not wildly different from what we saw on SOL. Big move up, weekly tightening range, 12 EMA support, bull break. It's not wildly different than what we saw in INJ. Big move up, weekly tightening range, bull break. So ICP definitely on watch with that. You know, weekly 12 EMA is the guide on so many coins right now. So many coins right now. Let's see, is FET seeing a little downside here? Is the 2-hour 12 EMA coming into play? For some reason, I thought we were up 17% earlier on the stream here. I guess not, because not much has changed. Looks like we are breaking this 15-minute EQ bearish. And that's why people take profits on some backburners, at least partial profits. You know, we know that the crypto space can run way further than most people anticipate. And that's what makes walking up stops a very important and potentially profitable thing to do in this environment. So you hit the back burner, you take some profits, you put your stop below the low, maybe you check back in a week and it's up 100%. Maybe you stop out and you look for the next back burner down. But walking up stops definitely important in this environment. One, to make sure that you don't end up bag holding, and two, to make sure that you can give your trade a chance to mature. And way easier said than done. Way easier said than done, and I'll be the first to tell you that. And that's one of my one of the biggest holes in my game, is not letting trades mature and just locking in my profits and moving on to the next one. So I don't say this as someone who's a master at walking up stops, but be better than me. Walk up stops and let these puppies mature. Let's see, GRT. I don't know if I've ever looked at this one. Gert. Oh, Gert. That looks pretty similar to whatever we were just looking at. What was it? Was it AR? Yeah, pretty similar. Pretty similar to AR there in terms of bigger picture structure. So GRT, we've got a monthly uptrend, probably quarterly uptrend as well. Won't be shocking to see a 6-month lower high. We've got weekly 12 EMA as our guide, and bulls are absolutely mooning. 139% off the last weekly high or low, and we're riding daily 12 EMA. So no weekly consolidation if we don't see daily 12 EMA, daily uptrend loss. Bears tried to form a daily head and shoulders here, failed, went to higher highs. And that's another kind of hallmark of a really bullish environment. When you're seeing like rising wedges and heads and shoulders all start to break bull, you know bears don't really have much at this point. So key support is going to be this double bottom. I'll just work with the lower level, 25.33. Just above that, we've got 25.55, and we're riding hourly 12 EMA. So once we lose hourly 12 EMA, we'll be looking for some 4-hour consolidation. Once we lose 4-hour 12 EMA, we'll be looking for some daily consolidation. As long as daily 12 EMA is support, and bulls are chilling, and we know that there's a lot of baggies overhead, probably hoping to get break even and sell break even because they got crushed. Let's just take any of these spots. The old down 90%, you get the opportunity to get break even. A lot of people take that and run because of how psychologically just destroying bag holding a 90% move down has got to be. So that's why blue sky bulls have such an advantage in this environment, because anybody who bought when you're up at all-time highs, anybody who's bought is in profit, even if they bought 1 minute ago. Very different psychological state of a chart. All right. Let's see, checking out ADA. How did ADA, so it's in our weekly lower high crew. I guess I got distracted. When I looked at GMT, that's when I went to mana and sand, and we didn't finish out the list. Yeah, ADA, another right to weekly higher high name, increasing bull volume, and looks like we're through this resistance here, 68.93. We're up and through that, so lack of resistance overhead. Next clear one isn't until 124. Weekly 12 EMA going to be the guide for bulls. Certainly could have called this a little weekly cup and handle, and we've popped it. So this was another one where, this was like a 12-hour head and shoulders probably that ended up breaking bull. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder wasn't able to come down through support. Bulls took back over. So what do we got for structure? We've got a daily uptrend. Anything over 59.61 going to be a daily high or low. Got 4-hour 12 EMA. As long as we're holding 4-hour 12 EMA, no daily consolidations going. And we're just looking up at the 70.88 resistance next. Kind of chilling a little bit today, but I don't know, not really. 6% up, that's pretty solid. A little hourly uptrend as our guide. Maybe a rising wedge if we're going to see a 4-hour lower high shape up. Maybe something like that. These higher highs, maybe starting to not see so much follow through. But if that were to confirm, then we'd just be looking for a 4-hour high or low. I'd call anything over 63.98 one. Technically got a little pivot here, but too dinky for me. personally. Too dinky for me. Let's see, Bastion. I believe we did SEI and SEI BTC. Yeah, we did. If you go back maybe 15 minutes ago, we talked about SEI and SEI BTC. SEI BTC, got to get the monthly. No, this is the weekly 12 EMA that we're testing. Got to get over 4-hour 12 EMA to get a daily bounce. And if we lose this, that would be monthly consolidation, which is what bulls don't want to see. But yeah, a lot more color on that earlier in the stream. Just hit ADA, talked about INJ. What else we got here? BITF. BITF. Yeah, I don't know what BITF is. Got nothing in here unless you're talking about the stonk. Is Bitfarms a thing? Is this a miner? Yeah. Yep, got that same structure as the other miners here. So this is actually quite similar to Mara, where we confirmed this higher high, but no follow through, and we're consolidating on the weekly. So anything over 190 going to be a weekly high or low, and it's not a good look to confirm the weekly bull flag and not see follow through. Got earnings coming up next Thursday, and potentially some monthly consolidation looking to shape up. When you confirm a bull flag without follow through, it tells you to zoom out and be cautious of larger time frame consolidation. So solid move off the last monthly high or low, 325%. Wouldn't be shocking to see that consolidation, but burden of proof is on bears, and for now, bulls are looking for a weekly high or low. We've got a daily stair step straight off the top. That's going to need to break, and then anything below 391 going to be a daily lower high. And if bears want to be more confident in weekly consolidation, they're going to have to confirm a daily downtrend next bounce. Let's see, AGIX for Paul Doyle. AGIX USDT, another mooner, and another blue sky bull. So top focus, blue sky bull. We've got a monthly uptrend. We have got weekly, holy cow, this one's moving up quick. 3 weeks, 229%. That's crazy. Tons of room for a weekly high or low next consolidation. Daily 12 EMA. So many of these coins, very similar structure. So key support going to be 59,398. See if we got 4-hour 12 EMA. Nope. Nope, not at the moment. This is so similar to ADA in the short term. Is it not? No. What were we just looking at that had like that identical chart? I don't know. We won't waste time on it. But anything over 68.1 can be a 4-hour high or low. Bulls trying to go for a potential bull flag here. 15-minute downtrend has now been broken as we got some volume coming in. What is this? That's a fresh, impulsive move. I guess it's not too crazy on the volume. So let's see. That's an hourly bounce getting underway. And anything below the high of 95,506 can be an hourly lower high. But we'll stick with the 4-hour for now. If bulls want to get a 4-hour high or low set, got to regain a 15-minute uptrend from here. A little pop. It's a nice move. Let's see if bulls can follow through on it. Thanks for the kind words, Rob. Really appreciate it, dude. Really appreciate it. Bastion, no problem. Aries Rock, thank you for the 99 cents. Thank you for the 99 cents. We'll spend it wisely at the chart, guys. Definitely won't YOLO it into some shit coins. Just kidding. Let's see. I've just been using IBIT, and mainly because people that know more than me have been using IBIT. I don't know which ones have been better and which ones have been worse, but this was solid, or has been solid for me, so I'm just sticking with that. Yeah, and that's another nice thing about the chart, guys, is like we've got so many people here that specialize in different stuff. Like if we pull this back over here and go to the uranium channel, this dude Red Devil has been like a sector specialist in uranium for multiple years at this point. And he wasn't the one who like sniffed out uranium for us. That was another guy or a couple guys, Systemic Risk and Grambo. And that's just the cool thing about working with the team. So those guys sniffed out uranium. Then Red Devil kind of carried the torch. And any uranium fundamental questions or anything, he's the go-to on that. So I don't need to waste my time learning about stuff I don't care about because we've got people who do that. So it's the same thing with the Bitcoin ETFs. There's other people, not that it takes like a lot to put the time in. Essentially, you probably want to be trading the one with the most volume. I'm assuming IBIT is that one because that's what Devin has been trading. So I'm just following Devin on that. Yeah, I mean, this is huge volume. Yesterday, 53 million shares at like $36. That's a lot of dollar volume. And that's your main concern there. So let's look at like ARKB for comparison. Yeah, we've got way more dollar volume on IBIT. You know, like yeah, way more. So you want to be trading the one with the volume. Want to be trading the one with the volume. Yep, Ryan, that ADA, you know, good daily cup and handle there with that. Got your cup, you got your handle, you got your multiple tops, and you pop it. You know, maybe this is a little far from resistance because you want to break it in one fell swoop, the right side of the cup and the left side of the cup, and ADA was able to do that. But the further away your right side of the cup is from the left, the tougher it is to pull that off. Let's see. We got a question, best meme to invest or trading. I wouldn't invest in any of these coins except for maybe Bitcoin personally. And I certainly wouldn't invest in meme coins because when the next crypto winter comes, I mean, we know who's going to get smoked off the top the hardest. It's going to be the people that don't, or the coins that don't have anything fundamental propping them up. So let's see. Let's look at ARB, USDT, old arbitration. So ARB, another blue sky bull, and kind of just chilling out here. Monthly inside bar in February, and this is the same as ICP. This is the same as INJ. This is the same as SOL. We got a weekly tightening range, and if rotation continues, we'll be looking for this thing to get a pop. So let's look at ARB BTC. Whoa. So ARB BTC, and this is actually great for ARB USD bulls to have your ratio chart just getting bogged here while looking for a higher low. You know, if a monthly higher low forms an ARB BTC, then that is what's going to push ARB USD to new highs. When you can stay like this on your USD pairing while your ratio chart bombs down and is looking for a higher low, that's when you're poised to catch rotation and get that bull move out. So let's look at INJ BTC for some comparison of that. You know, it's not quite fallen down in the same way that ARB BTC is, but it is monthly consolidation. We're looking for a monthly higher low. And if this monthly higher low shapes up on INJ BTC, that's what's going to give INJ USD the fuel to get a solid push through blue skies. So it's okay to go sideways. Cools everything off. You just got to hold your EMAs, hold your uptrends, and then go for the next leg up. So ARB USDT, watching for the same thing here. So bull's trying to shape up a weekly higher low at 173.75. And that's a pretty not great looking chart in terms of clarity. I'm saying, like, you know, we can call it a daily uptrend, but let's hunt around for a little more clarity here. Might have to just zoom in. Yeah, that Wednesday candle just messed things up. Maybe we can work with the 12-hour and just kind of negate that low. No, I don't know what I'd be using for clarity here, man. We got a 4-hour EQ in the short term. When the daily stair step is lost, we'll be looking for a daily higher low compared to 180. And this kind of comes back to what we were talking about earlier with, like, forcing patterns on a chart and making exceptions for like a fugly pattern and being like, it's kind of, it kind of looks like this or that, and how it doesn't really benefit us. If we don't have clarity on a time frame, there's no point in like trying to feign clarity. We just got to identify that, we don't have a lot of clarity on this right now, which that's one of our like core principles in trading is when you've got inside bars on larger time frames, it's not uncommon to see a lack of clarity on the smaller time frames. That's kind of what we're seeing here. So then you kind of just go to playing off the highs and lows of the range. Bears are looking short off the highs, bulls are looking long off the lows, or you can zoom in and get real granular and be looking at like 15-minute hourly trends and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, ARB's got to break out of this range if it's going to come back into play. And we can see with LTC, for a while saying, we got to wait for LTC to break this. And then once it broke, a bunch of clarity came back in. 4-hour 12 EMA rider, daily 12 EMA rider, and lots of opportunities. So I'd probably take that approach with ARB if you're not looking off the lows there. Let's see, FIL. I think we looked at Phil. No, we just looked at Phil from zoomed out, looking for it to be another baser that gets a pop. So losing a little bit of clarity here. Could say that's a little daily bull flag that failed and came down, but I'm going to not worry about that wick. And the key support here for me is going to be 695. And as long as daily 12 EMA is support, then bulls are chilling. If that's lost, we're looking down to weekly 12 EMA. And resistance is overhead. We already talked about 950 and 1139. So kind of chilling. Let's see if Phil BTC has any clues for us. So Phil BTC, is it a 2-week 12? No, monthly 12 EMA rider. So if we really want to see Phil go, we want to see Phil BTC get over monthly 12 EMA. That's what's got to happen if this thing's gonna, go on like a 200% tear, most likely. Because if Phil USD were to go on a 200% tear and not be accompanied by Phil BTC seeing some upside too, then that would mean like Bitcoin is just, up at 200K or something like that. So got to see this ratio chart come along. All right, let's look at QI USDT to here. So this is another coin with overhead baggage. We are monthly stair-stepping straight off the low, and we're holding weekly 12 EMA. So wouldn't be surprised to see a weekly lower high compared to 37.32. But as we've talked about many times at this point, our weekly lower high crew is getting knocked off one by one when the increasing bull volume comes in, and then we're just going to higher highs. So not going to see a weekly lower high unless the daily trend gets compromised. Tons of room for a daily higher low at this point compared to 1650. And maybe an hourly oversold backburner trying to hit now. Wouldn't be surprised. Nope, a little bit off of it. Kind of more of a falling wedge that's breaking bull. So that's a 4-hour bounce getting underway. And if bears defend 24, then we'd have a 4-hour inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, something like that. That would shape up our daily high or low. And then we'd have a new line in the sand for full bull control down at 2065. So yeah, that's pretty much that on this thing. It was really not seeing anything. Lots of coins had pretty bullish action throughout all of this, and it was chilling. And then it just got like jump started to life on Tuesday with the old 50% day. Ended up only being 45 on the close, but up 60% at one point. So looking to see if that 4-hour inverse head and shoulders can shape up a daily high or low. And then we're just looking up to resistance of 28.79, and then our weekly resistance back up there. Let's see, Grok up 47%. So this is another memer. Sounds like a memer. Yeah, we'll look at it on MEXC. Perhaps not. This is a newish coin. Hold on, let's check our other meme coins. We'll look at Pepe first, I guess, just trying to determine what this thing is. It could be. Maybe it just sounds like a meme. What do we got for structure? Let's look at our monthly. So monthly high or low set. Wouldn't be surprised to see a monthly lower high compared to 3020. And we have got just a weekly stair step straight off of the low. So it's a stair step up, stair step down, stair step up. So huge day here today, up 50%. This thing is definitely volatile. Off the low at this point, up 373%. I swear another coin we looked at today was exactly 373 on whatever its move was. Was that BONK? Off of the lows? No. All right, I won't waste everybody's time on this. I'm gonna go back and find later to find out if I'm crazy or if that's the same thing. But daily uptrend, little daily tightening range, bull break, nice follow through. And you know, to kind of talk about daily tightening ranges again, let's see, to hear Grok is AI. Nice. Nice. That is some good context. Thank you, sir. So you'll remember the last, maybe it was 2 streams ago, then I did, maybe it was the last one. The title is Volatility is Incoming. You get these tightening ranges, you know volatility is incoming. And actually what we were saying, we're back looking at Bitcoin here. You know, we were like, we just had the same thing and you can't expect that kind of follow through all the time, but we got more follow through than that. So these tightening ranges are just, it's this most simple thing in trading because you have clear stops, there's no lack of clarity, and it allows everybody to get on the same page. So same thing played out here on Grok, and we're just seeing massive follow through at this point. So what are we riding? 8-hour 12 EMA going to be our guide here. That's got to be lost to have daily consolidation with any confidence. And in the shorter term, ride an hourly 12 EMA. That's going to need to be lost to see any like 4-hour consolidation. And we probably even have a 5 or 15-minute 12 EMA rider, 5-minute 12 EMA in the short term. So just absolutely beasting. Be watching for a 5-minute back burner, 15-minute back burner, daily or hourly back burner. Yeah, Tahir, thank you for the call for likes. If everybody can hit the like button, helps out the algos, helps us get this info to more people. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you end up hating us, you can unsubscribe. Let's see. Marvin Mobuto, does weekly profit taking normally turn into bullish continuations? Looking at BTC 4-hour RSI curling back up. Thank you for your input. You know, it depends if that profit taking remains healthy. So that's when we use our retracement sizes and our EMA guides. And right now we can say that as long as weekly 12 EMA is holding on Bitcoin, then weekly consolidation will be healthy. So we will consolidate on the weekly yet again. Let's draw that line up. But, you know, if we see like another leg up, let me move this chart a little bit. You know, if we see another leg up, and then we consolidate down like that for a few weeks, couple weeks, then that's healthy consolidation and very much a bull flag that can then print back to higher highs. But if you pull back down, let's get rid of those lines. If you pull back down below the 12 EMA and say we come down like that, and that's when bears create room for a weekly lower high to try to confirm a weekly downtrend and see some monthly consolidation. So I don't know if y'all are getting this, but just doing these straight lines as individual candles. But I guess if we're going to draw a line for it, you know, something like that, that's a bull flag and can definitely see continuation. But something like that, then you're unlikely to see continuation. And a weekly lower high is the most likely scenario. So on our YouTube channel, there's a playlist called Joey Webinars. First one's all about multiple time frame analysis. Second one's all about most likely scenarios. So this is that second webinar, is essentially your question. And then the third one is entry techniques. And the fourth one is correlations. So they're in that order for a reason. You shouldn't move on to the next one until you have the concepts of the prior one down. But definitely check out those webinars, Marvin, and probably help bolster your game. Let's see, Ape looking good. Let's check in on Ape. We know it got its first monthly uptrend in forever. in its existence. And another part of the weekly lower high crew just went to higher highs. Daily uptrend, daily 12 EMA. Yeah, it's looking good. So a lot of names have that wonky wick from Wednesday. Kind of makes things a little bit tougher, but daily 12 EMA rider, as long as that's going, Ape is cruising. Let's see, Aries, Rock just joined TCG day 1. Happy to have you, man. Glad that you made the leap. Hope you're enjoying your stay so far. It's a fun time to be in TCG when the crypto channels are popping, because in the winters they will die off and there will be just tumbleweeds rolling around. So now's the time to be in there getting it. And with all this opportunity, you can do nicely and learn a lot from a lot of people. We've got, there's going to be a webinar. I don't know if it's a webinar or an interview, but I'm going to be talking with 2 Chart Guys members that changed their lives in 2021 in that crypto run. Couple 7-figure whales. I mean, I guess whale is perspective, or it's all about perspective. They're definitely whales compared to me. But yeah, going to be talking about all of their journey and the trials and tribulations and the shifts and not just like what's it like to have all that money, but like how did it change your relationships, your friendships? What were your biggest psychological battles when things went from like $100 being a good day to $1,000 being a good day to $100,000 being a good day? How do you manage that? So that's gonna be Thursday at 5 p.m. And those are to kind of do a little bit of a spoiler here. We're talking about this FET oversold bounce. This is one of the dudes, and this is the other dude. So to be able to trade alongside crypto legends like that, it's just sweet. Very sweet. All right. I think that's it. We're gonna have to wrap it up. I've been yabbing for a while here now. I usually kind of just keep talking until I see people leaving the stream, but everybody's hanging around, so I just kept going. But at this point, been an hour and 20 minutes, so we'll do one more for Paisley XRP, not ZRP, XRP USDT. It's another one where we just don't really have a lot of clarity. We don't really have a lot of clarity. It's looking for a weekly lower high and just viewing this as a big old EQ. Might be better on the 2-week high, low, lower high, higher low, and anything below 75. It's going to be a lower high, and this needs to break for XRP to really come to life or die. So daily, no clarity. 2-day uptrend we can be watching is the guide here. So lots of room for a 2-day higher low. In the shorter term, yeah, I would say anything below 62.60 going to be a 4-hour lower high. If bears confirm a 4-hour downtrend, then that'd be some 2-day consolidation. But yeah, not catching a ton of hype, but it did V-shape to new highs after that blow off top on Bitcoin. So maybe it's coming to life. Let's look at XRP BTC. Maybe it's coming to life. Yeah, XRP BTC needs to get over daily 12 EMA as step 1 to having us looking at XRP as being a viable place for bullish opportunity. Then, yeah, we'll just stick with the daily 12 EMA for now. Yeah, it's not wildly different from what we're looking at on LTC BTC. Daily 12 EMA, trying to get up and over. XRP BTC, daily 12 EMA, can bulls try to get up and over? Time will tell. Time will tell. No problem, Bastion. My pleasure. I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I already talked about Pepe. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, that was one of the earlier ones that we talked about. You think it'll bust out soon? I think it's busting out now, man. It's busting out now. It's 50% up on the day. Backburners on watch for many, many names. Smaller time frame, the back burner, the more aggressive. Stair steps, super helpful, give you a level to play off of. And that's another one. We can look at the FET. Y'all know that I love stair steps these days. FET, that 5-minute back burner that everybody was playing in the room. Stair step, very clean on that. So what else? Bitcoin, bulls, completely in full control as long as 4-hour 12 EMA is support, as long as daily stair step is intact. If we lose that, we'll be looking to hourly oversold back burner. And crypto bulls in general would love to see Bitcoin just tighten on up. Have bears defend the highs of 64K, go sideways over the weekend, while Bitcoin dominance continues to drop. That's the ideal. That's the ideal, I guess, at least for alt bulls. I mean, if you're a BTC maxi and you don't trade anything else and you just want Bitcoin to keep on going. But if you're an active trader and you're going to where the opportunity is, that's your ideal situation. Bitcoin tighten up, Bitcoin dominance drop, and then let alts just run wild over the weekend. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. We got 112 people in here, 73 likes. Don't be stingy with your likes, please. But also, do whatever you want. You don't got to do anything for me. I'll just ask nicely for likes, and if you withhold them, because I can be weird like that too. Where it's like, I don't know, I got commitment issues, so even hitting a like button, like it seems pretty non-committal, but there's been times in my life where I'm like, man, this is great content. And they're like, hit the like button. I'm like, I don't know if you think I'm some cheap you-know-what, but, you know, I don't know. I digress. Don't feel any pressure to hit the like button, but know that it helps us out if you do. Let's see, Music Man. Google Chart Guy's back burner, and that'll give a better description than what I can give quickly here now. It's basically a way to get in on a runner safely in a high probability manner. But yeah, Chart Guy's back burner on Google will explain that very thoroughly for you. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see y'all. Or we got one more. D-Lee Crypto. Is Dan coming back? Yeah, Dan's still here, man. Dan's still here. He's just mainly in the Chart Guys here. You can see posted 316 in the crypto room. He's responded here at 347. So Dan's still in the Chart Guys every day at this point. And he does streams sporadically, but he's enjoying the fruits of his labor, a little bit of freedom, a little less structuring. So if you want to see Dan, you know where he's at. And he's also super active on Twitter still. But thank you for the appreciation on the content, D-Lee. Appreciate it. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see what we get next. Use stop losses. Have fun. And look for those back burners. We'll see you all next time. Farewell.